What's up, guys? Hope everybody's doing well. It's been a little while since we caught up. It was my wife's birthday about a week and a half ago, and we all went over to the Big Island to go spend some time down in Volcano. So it took a little bit of time off. Haven't done a video in a little while, so I figured it's about time. Yeah, we went to Big Island because we were trying to go see the lava flowing. The lava has been flowing quite a bit in Kilauea, and it was crazy. We were there for like 4 or 5 days, and the lava stopped right as we got there, so we didn't see it, and then it started up like a day or two after we left. So we saw that on YouTube, and we were just like, oh no, so disappointed. But thankfully we've seen it before. The lava's been flowing in the recent past, so it wasn't like a total complete letdown. But yeah, my wife was a little upset when we got home, and she was like, no, we just got home and now the lava just started flowing again. So, well, I guess we'll have another opportunity sometime in the future. But today, of course, we are going to go over the market stats for February. It's a brand new month, and part of the reason why we take a little bit to put out the video and then also put out the newsletter email is because we need to wait for the stats for the previous month to settle. So within the Honolulu Board of Realtors, real estate agents are not required to update their listing info for like, I think 2 to 3 days maximum. And then some agents kind of accidentally wait to update their listing for a little bit longer than that. So we need to wait a little bit into the next month to make sure all the stats are computed and calculated. And I know I just mentioned the email newsletter that we have for this. So if you're more of a reader and less of a video content sort of person, I basically do an email like written format of this same newsletter via email. So if you want to join that, we send out just one email every month around the first week of the month, and there's going to be a link in the description below if you want to sign up for that. So we've been growing the email newsletter quite a bit since we started the channel, so it's been exciting to see. I think a lot of people are getting some really good value out of it, so we'd love to have you on there as well. And just so that you know, we don't put out any crazy marketing mumbo jumbo. We definitely don't spam you. We just send one email out every month, just with some highlights of what's going on in the market, so that you and all of our clients and friends and family can make more well-informed decisions when it comes to your real estate decisions. Because let's be honest, the market has been changing a lot over the last couple of years. The markets have been very volatile. Mortgage rates have played a big role in that. So if you've got updated, timely information, it's going to really help you out when it comes time for you to buy or sell. So get on that list. Love to have you there. So getting into the market stats, we're going to put it on the screen right now just so that you know exactly what I'm looking at. But these are the market stats for February 2025. So we're going to start off with, of course, single family and condo stats. But just so you know, the median sale price for single family homes has gone up yet again. You know, this is in most part driven by a lack of inventory on Oahu. So single family homes still very much of a seller's market here. So 1,150,000 is the median home price right now. That's gone up year over year by 8.5%. So that's just astounding. You know, I know my wife and we bought a house in Lower Wailainui 2 years ago, and we paid about $1,050,000 for it. It's just kind of crazy to think, you know. A lot of this is due in part because of inflation as well. So it's not just low inventory, it's inflation, it's low inventory, and it's demand. So a lot of people want to continue to call this amazing place their home, and you know, I can't blame them. That's why we want to be here too. Don't mean to beat a dead horse on this one. I know I'm kind of preaching to the choir because everybody watching these videos, I think, kind of wants to be in Hawaii if you're not already. But the weather is just so temperate out here. It's just so consistent year round. Most of my family is still in the Midwest, and I know when the weather is really bad in the Midwest because people are messaging me and starting to make plans to come out and visit, and that's happening a lot right now. They've been having a really, really cold winter over there. So this kind of proves our point why we love living here in Hawaii. But for closed sales in February, there were 177 closed sales, so not a lot. We're down 13.7% from this time last year. Days on market for single family homes went down by 6 days from this time last year to 22 days on market. So, I mean, things are still moving relatively quickly in this market category. Months of supply for single family homes went up just slightly by 6.7% to 3.2 months of supply. So, you know, we say that a balanced market is around 6 months of supply, where neither the seller or the buyer has, you know, more power than the other in a transaction. So if we're below that 6 month mark of supply, then it's considered a seller's market. The story changes quite a bit when we start talking about condos. So condo market, it's coming back a little bit, and I'll talk to you about that here in a moment. But you know, median sale price went down just slightly year over year by 3.7%. So we're at $515,000 currently. And then the closed sales went down by 10.8% year over year to 281 sales. So the story's looking a little bit different for condos. Days on market has gone up dramatically year over year. This is a huge spike. So we're seeing inventory go up, and then we're also seeing days on market go up. So the demand for these properties is just really going down, and I think it's starting to kind of play out in pricing. So seeing some more price reductions. But yeah, days on market 50, so that's a 14-day increase year over year. And then the months of supply is at 5.8. So remember what I said about that 6 month balanced market. So we're getting very, very close to being in a buyer's market, which, you know, for some sub-markets of Oahu, I would actually say that we already are in a buyer's market. There are sub-markets of Oahu that have more than 6 months of inventory. So for those markets, I would say, you know, if you're a buyer, you're able to negotiate a lot more. You know, start putting in some offers, you know, maybe try to see if you can get 5 or 10% below asking price, because you never know. Which that leads me to say that I'm starting to feel that the market is starting to pick up quite a bit. Interest rates have been consistently coming down. And just as a quick reminder, let's just put interest rates up on the screen here. So you're going to see currently the 30-year fixed rate is at 6.63 on average, according to Fannie Freddie. And so it's come down quite significantly over the past month. I think this time last month we were just right under 7%. And so, I mean, I follow the 10-year bond almost daily because I want to know exactly where interest rates are headed, and it's been coming down quite significantly over the last couple of weeks. So I kind of saw this coming. I think the equities markets, like the stock market, has just been at such an all-time high. The prices of a lot of these stocks, like Nvidia, for instance, Palantir, the prices really don't support the earnings, meaning like they're really, really overvalued. I was talking to a friend recently who has, you know, several different stock investments, and she was just wondering my opinion. So we just started to look into the stocks a little bit deeper. And I know I'm getting a little bit into the weeds here. This is a real estate channel, not stock channel. But we just got to talking, and she was like, "Hey, what do you think about Palantir?" And I looked up Palantir, you know, just on Seeking Alpha or Yahoo Finance, and we looked at the trading multiple based on earnings, and it was trading 350 times earnings. You know, and if you look up valuation models by any of the experts like Warren Buffett or any of like the stock trading experts, each industry kind of has its own like benchmark multiple that it should be trading at. So for instance, like technology companies, you know, they're really high earning companies. They can trade at a pretty high multiple compared to a lot of industries. So they might trade within like the 25 to 50 multiple. I mean, 50 would obviously be very high. But when we saw that it was trading at 350, we were just like, oh my gosh, this is just completely overvalued. And so I told her, you know, you should really consider selling this. I mean, you bought at a low and you're at an all-time high, and that's exactly when you want to sell something. That's the golden rule with all investing, is buy low, sell high. I mean, real estate's no different. Everybody wants to make a profit. So anyways, long story short, I checked the 10-year bond, and you know, the more uncertainty and volatility that they have in the equities markets means that more money starts to move over to bonds. And when more money moves to bonds, the yields go down. And since mortgage rates follow the 10-year bond, when the yields for 10-year bonds go down, mortgage rates also follow suit and go down as well. So if you're curious to see what mortgage rates are doing, you should really follow the 10-year bond. It's kind of like the real-time way to track it. And of course, the 10-year bond right now is at, I think, like 4.25. So the question is, well, mortgage rates aren't at 4.25. So there's also like a risk premium that they add on to the 10-year bond. And you can check that out if you go to the Federal Reserve's website. They've got a lot of statistics and a lot of stats that you can see to see exactly like how they add that risk premium. So I think the risk premium on the 10-year bond is like 2.5. So yeah, I know, still getting into the weeds here, but I like this information, and I hope that you guys do too. It's always good to be informed. You know, I definitely want to be the type of person that has more information to make more well-informed decisions, and I have a feeling that if you're watching this channel that you probably do too. So with that, I just want to ask you again that if you get value from this channel, please consider liking, sharing, and subscribing. If you would, please do that. I also just launched a brand new shop with some really cool designs down below. So you'll see that. It's called Island Time Co. It's really fun, you know, just with some t-shirts, some cool designs of the islands. So I wanted to do that just so you guys could, you know, if you're not in Hawaii and you're missing Hawaii and you really wanted to represent, you know, your love for the islands, pick up a t-shirt, grab a mug, grab a sticker or a bag. You're gonna love the stuff that you see down below. So thank you guys so much. Hope you have a great rest of your week. Aloha.